Hi, beautiful people. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk to you guys today about 3 reasons why I believe we have affair relapses. Now, I have already done a video on how to prevent an affair relapse. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it in the description box below. But in this video, I want to get into why we have them. And hi, if you don't know me, my name is Stacey. Welcome. I'm so glad you decided to join me. All the info about working with me one-on-one will be linked down below, and I also have some free resources for you on my website. So let's just jump into what I have for you today. Okay, so just to recap, I have had clients who didn't really understand what affair relapse was. So just a brief description: a relapse, is defined as a slip or a fall, where we just fall back into old behaviors, or we, we're doing good with something for a little while, and now all of a sudden we're back into whatever it was, if we were trying to eat healthy, or, even with drug addiction and alcoholism, there's relapses where, oh my gosh, they fell off the bandwagon, or they're, doing drugs again, or something like that. So it happens. It's just where we just fall back into the state of some kind of unhealthy behavior. And with affair recovery, it's the same thing. We see it as a cycle of on again, off again, more than, people understand that concept of, well, we're on, then we're off, then we break up, then we get back together, more than just understanding it as a relapse. But that's really what it is when we get into that cycle of, well, I tried to take a break, we tried to take a 3-month break, we tried to take a 2-day break. For my situation, when I was in my affair, we tried to take a break, and it lasted, maybe 2 days at the most. It didn't last very long. It was very difficult to, be close to someone like that, closely connected, and then just stop talking altogether. So these happen, relapses happen. It's a part of it. Now, it doesn't happen for everyone. I find that, people with addictive personalities, it happens for them more often. And I find that the intensity of the affair, the relationship that the couple had, also is a good indicator of whether or not there's going to be a relapse. So not everybody relapses. Some people are just, okay, I'm done with the affair, and they just move on, and it's good. But some people are like, okay, oh my gosh, I can't get past this person, and I just keep going back and forth. And I'm just going to interject right here, right quick, that I have came up with a program that will help you to get over your affair partner, to prevent the relapse that you need to completely heal. Because relapse, as we keep relapsing, we just reinforce a bond, which I will, again, check that video out, about my other video out about relapses. But yes, I have come up with something that will help you to prevent you from having a relapse, that will actually take you through the process of ending your affair and getting over your affair partner and being completely healed. We're not going to be in that place when it's over where I'm still holding on to hope. You can if you want to, but I'm going to show you how not to hold on to hope that you will get back together with him in the future, and how to create a new future for yourself. Okay, so number 1, we try to escape the pain of grief. This is huge, okay? So the pain of grief, losing your affair partner, is definitely something that we go through, but we don't talk about. It's not acknowledged, it's not addressed, there's no support for it, but it's necessary. So the pain can be really unbearable in the beginning of the withdrawal stage. So the first 30 days is the worst. The first 7 days actually is a complete nightmare. At least it was for me and a lot of my clients. It's just the symptoms of withdrawal is so overwhelming. So this pain causes us to reach back out, because we don't want to face this pain. if you keep in mind, we are already running from the pain of our marriage or a failed marriage or whatever's going on. So we're running from that state, and then now we're into this pain with our affair partner, and now it's over. So we're trying to find a way to escape this pain that we're feeling. And when we don't know how to cope with pain in a healthy way, we go back to what feels comfortable, we go back to what feels normal, which is our affair partner. They have created, or the two of you have created, a safe space, and you feel safe there, you feel comfortable, you feel secure to an extent, and this is where you want to be. You don't want to be in that pain. Well, what happens with that is when you reach out, or if you answer a text back from them, you do get a sense of relief. That pain does come off of you, or lift, as I would call it. You feel better for a moment, but then you hit rock bottom again, and then you're right back where you started. And this cycle really is what causes that on and off again, because it's really hard for people to go through the pain, to just know that it's going to end, because a lot of times we think, well, after it's been a week, okay, well, I'm still in pain. I might as well go back to my affair partner because this isn't going to get better. We really have to have the patience to go through the withdrawal symptoms to get through this without returning. So that's something that I noticed is a huge factor in why we have affair relapses, is the pain and the relief that contacting that person gives us, because it's a sense of, okay, I feel better, I can breathe again. And then 2 days later, you're back at rock bottom and you need to talk to them again. So that's number one. Number two is when fear takes over. When the fear of never feeling happy again, never thinking that you will never feel in love again, or your marriage will change, or your husband will change, or just that fear of everything that you're about to lose or are losing kicks in, that drives us back. That drives us right back to our affair partner. It's almost like our bodies go into this fight or flight response, is what I feel like it is. And we, instead of standing and fighting for ourselves and for our health and maybe for our marriage, we flee the scene and we run right back to the affair partner because we're afraid. Anytime we're afraid of something, and if it's, we get that adrenaline rush, and then panic and anxiety and all of that kicks in, and, we might have panic attacks, and people do experience panic attacks after an affair ends. And we actually do go through post-traumatic stress syndrome after the affair ends, which is something that has to be addressed so we can completely heal. But if we're not aware of how to manage this, how to, focus on what we need to focus on, and how to deal with the triggers and deal with all of the things that come up, the symptoms, we will run back out of fear, because the fear seems so it seems like a huge mountain that you will never conquer. Our mind automatically goes to forever. I remember thinking, I will never speak to him again. I will never see him again. And the thought of that just about drove me nuts, because I couldn't even comprehend it. And it's what made me keep picking up the phone. It's what made me keep talking to him, because my mind just couldn't comprehend not ever seeing him again. So that's one reason why we have a relapse, is the fear. All of the things that go through our minds causes us to say, I'm just going to hold on tighter because I can't face this fear. I can't get through this fear. So it's definitely fear driven in that aspect. Okay, number 3, the affair is still going on in your mind. Okay, so I have a video linked that, or a blog post, one of those, that talks about how affairs really start in our mind. So if they're starting in our mind, we can keep them alive in our mind by constantly thinking about that person. And I find a lot when we get into that what if. What if I run into them? What would I say? What would I do? And yes, there's a time and place to actually put a plan, have a plan in order for all of that. But that's not the what if I'm talking about. The what if I'm talking about is, what if I see them and they run up and give me this huge kiss? Or what if they just declare their undying love for me right there on the scene, and then all of a sudden your mind goes into this romantic image of the two of you embracing and kissing and all is well and butterflies are flying and all of this stuff. Well, that is keeping you right there in the affair. That's keeping your emotions connected, because our thoughts affect our emotions, and then our emotions are usually going to control our actions, especially if we are emotionally driven to make choices, and I feel this way and I don't feel that way, and I make decisions on how I feel. Then they're definitely gonna tell us to go back to an affair, because our thoughts are gonna keep that fire going. Because it would be exciting to think about your partner, because remember, dopamine doesn't need that person, your affair partner, in person, like standing in front of you, for you to get that hit, for you to get that release, that reward from it. You can think about that person and get all excited, because you do in the beginning anyways. Before an affair or a regular relationship starts, you can get that excitement. You start thinking about it, then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I can't wait to see you. And the next thing you know, you're seeing them. So it's the same way with recovery. We still keep it going in our minds, and then, especially in that withdrawal phase, if that person texts you, you are gonna pick up that phone. You just gonna pick up that phone, because it's yeah, I want to, okay, they're suffering too, so I'm suffering. And there's a lot of lies that we tell ourselves why we should pick up that phone if we get a text, or why we should call them. We might see something on Facebook and we're like, I need to call you about this, and we pick up, and of course they answer, especially if they were connected to you as you were to them. You're gonna get a response. It is not easier on men than it is on women, because I work with both. So don't think that it's easier for men to get over an affair than it is to women. If both of them are attached to each other equally, it's going to be the same. They're going to feel the same withdrawals. They're going to have a hard time ending the affair. Now, they might handle it differently, but they feel the same way. So I want you to know it's important not to keep the affair going on in your mind. So anyways, my program to help get you out of this affair, help to prevent relapse, is something that I myself purposely did. So what I did was I basically just went through my past and wrote down what I did to get out of the affair, what I did not to pick up the phone, what I did to turn his attempts to talk to me again away. How did I do this? How did I come out healed? How did it end? How am I, over him? All of those things, I put it down in a program, and I teach my clients how to do that as well. So if you find yourself struggling and you're in that on and off again and you cannot end it, and you are at that point where you're like, okay, I'm done, I can't fight this anymore, it's too hard, I'm just giving in, I'm just gonna go with the affair, call me. Text, sign up for me, sign up for a session with me, because I can help you. And even if you're not to that point where you just want to give up, but you're at that place where I don't know what's wrong with me, I feel like I can't walk away, I want to walk away but I'm struggling, I'm still attached, sign up, let's chat about it, and I will go through the details of my program, and we can get you free so you can start thriving again, so you can actually start living. Because infidelity makes you think like you're alive. It makes you feel like you're so alive and everything is just great. But that's in the beginning, and in the end there's destruction, and it's really trying to destroy your life. And when an affair starts to come to an end, there's pain. There's more pain at the end than there was than the good that was in the beginning. So the pain starts to outweigh the good, and then that's when you're in bondage. Your emotions are so in bondage and entangled in this person. You just feel like you will never get over this, and I don't want you there. I was there. I know how painful it is. I don't want you there. I want you to have a great life, that life that Jesus died to give you. So let's chat. If you need me, I'm here. And everything will be linked down in the description box below, so please check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or leave it in the comments. If you have any videos that you would like or any topics that you would like me to talk about, please leave that down below and we can address it. And I hope you have a great day and don't give up. You can do this. You're stronger than you think. I'll see you next time. Bye.